Alrighty, so today I kind of wanted to just touch on sort of like a topic, I guess, on whether or not you should spend money on this game. And as someone who has been playing since launch of Global and who has been spending money on the game for, I would say, definitely the better part of the last 6 months. Before that, like, I would buy, small things here or there if I thought it was, worth it or fun. And then, at a certain point, I just started like realizing that the real value in the game, are just like, it would help me out a lot if I were to sort of, invest and just buy the weekly and monthly bundles whenever they're available for me. Because honestly, like, it almost feels like the game is paced to where if you have the weekly and monthly bundles, that that feels like what the baseline should be almost, and where I have a decent amount of gems and stuff like that for most of the things that I want to do. Obviously, I understand that they're running a business, and the whole idea for them is to kind of, I would assume they would want it to be undercut just enough to where free-to-play players are, going to have to make some sort of decisions on whether or not they need to skip a banner or this or that. Because honestly, it's all going to come down to luck regardless on whether or not you're going to get the characters that you want. If there's a guarantee on the banner, you're going to have to go from, nothing all the way to, whether it be 600 mileage or 900 mileage on a banner to get the guarantee on the unit or whatever the case may be. So it really just, obviously there's a lot of luck involved, and with luck, some players are going to have a better time than others, and it just, with all of these like more recent banners and stuff like that, and where we're at in the game right now, just in case you're watching this in the future, where I'm releasing this right in between the Assault Mode Meliodas banner, which is leaving in a couple of days, and the new Festival Merlin is going to be coming out on Tuesday. So I don't know. Honestly, the last couple of like decent banners, I have honestly bought the bigger sort of packs and everything like that, like the $80 packs to get the extra tickets and stuff like that. And honestly, like, if we look at them, they only give you like maybe, what is it, like 60 tickets or something like that for these. Yeah, 65 tickets for the Valenti one. I don't know. I don't think they still have the Meliodas tickets or anything like that on here. I don't think so, but I'm pretty sure those give you maybe 77, maybe? I'm not quite sure on that as well. But honestly, like, they're so expensive, and it's not even their fault, really. Like, it's all mobile games seem to have that sort of, same price point that they all kind of, market things at. Like, $80 seems to be like the big bundle, like, standard as far as it goes. And then obviously you can find stuff for cheaper, but I don't know. Honestly, like, if you want to enjoy a game like this where it has PvP and the PvP meta is so crazy, like, important for most players, because, if you want to like stay relevant and play PvP, you kind of have to have a decent team and everything like that. And some units are going to come out that are basically like, you cannot live without these units. So I don't know, like, as a free-to-play player, you're either going to have to just skip banners that are not going to be relevant to the PvP meta, or maybe that you need some characters for some sort of PvE stuff, or this and that. But it's just, they've designed the game very well, I would say, as far as like making you want to spend money. But honestly, like, there's a good portion of the player base that still is free to play, and I feel like they definitely have it hard. Like, there's a lot of bad situations, like right now where there's 3 festivals back to back to back is absolutely ridiculous, and it's kind of like, it's kind of mind-boggling that they would do it like that. But I mean, really, the way that JP and Global are sort of separated, and Global's trying to get towards where JP is at the moment, Global really doesn't have anywhere else to go. A lot of people were kind of disappointed that we couldn't get the new ReZero collab banner before Merlin, which honestly, from what I can tell, it seems like a lot more players are leaning towards summoning on the ReZero collab banner instead of the Merlin banner. So if I would say that was a win, honestly. Like, it seems like a lot of people were disappointed because they wanted it earlier, but if it's a banner that a lot more people are going to be summoning on, I would imagine, you would want it to be after, so that way you can have, this is going to give you basically a whole month to save extra gems and stuff like that to go for these characters. And if the banner is the same as it was on JP and Korean versions of the game, the rates are not very generous, so you're probably going to need as many gems as you can get for that one. But I don't know. Honestly, if you're going to spend money on the game, I definitely think that you should, if you enjoy the game and you like what the game is doing, if you're having fun with the game, I don't see any problem spending money on a game that I enjoy, and I want to support the developers. And I know that sounds crazy because Netmarble is very greedy. It's really crazy. I just saw on Reddit like the other day that apparently there's a game company, or there's a game series called Ni no Kuni that I play. They're like JRPG games. They're apparently bringing one of those games to a mobile setting, and Netmarble is the developer. And I thought it was really funny to read the comments of that, because all of the comments were like, oh wow, this would be really good if Netmarble wasn't making it, because I guess Netmarble just has a really bad stigma behind them on like just gouging prices and killing the player base off by making it too money oriented. And I can definitely see where they're coming from. As a person who's been playing Seven Deadly Sins for the past year, they are pretty greedy. I'll give it to them. But I don't know. If you're enjoying the game and you're having fun with the game, and you have extra money being the key word here, to spend on it, and it's not going to hurt you in any way to spend that sort of money, because gambling addiction is a real thing that you should definitely watch out for. Don't spend money that you don't have on this game just because you're like, hey man, maybe if I spend $20 more on this banner that I've already went really deep on and I cannot pull the character, maybe I'll get him in $20 worth or whatever. That is a terrible way to play it. I'll be straight up with you. I've done it before. Even me buying these $80 packs sometimes on this game, I regret so bad, because within those 6 multis that I get from the tickets and everything like that, which they give you a couple of gems and stuff like that on top of it. I think it equals out to like 9 multis, I guess, because they give you like 100 gems, which is 30 multis a piece, or 30 gems per multi. But even then, like most of the time I don't, unless I'm just really lucky, I'm probably not going to get the character within that amount anyway. The only reason I'm buying them is because I know that there are big banners coming up that will save me sort of, gems in my wallet. You can see I have a decent amount of gems saved up, and it's because I know what's coming because of the whole JP Korea thing, and I just want to make sure that I have enough to get what I want out of it. So I don't know. Honestly, don't go overboard. I definitely don't recommend like whaling on the game unless you just have a ton of disposable income and this is just like a really fun, hobby to you, spending money on this game. But I feel like for most players, the whole luck aspect of this game is going to kill it off before you end up, actually seeing how much money you can spend and say, hey, that was worth doing. Because honestly, if you're having fun with the game, like, that's really cool. Like, feel free to, throw them a couple bucks here or there or do whatever you need to do. But I don't know. Honestly, if I could, if I was just a player and I wasn't making content on the game, I would honestly say, screw spending money on this game. Like, maybe I would buy the monthly and weekly packs here and there, but I definitely wouldn't be buying these $80 packs and stuff like that. And the only reason I am buying them is because luckily, where the situation that I'm in, I've actually been able to make enough money on YouTube so far, even with me being such a small channel. Because of you guys, I've been able to make enough money to buy some of those packs here and there, which then again gets recycled back into the content. So it's not like I'm just spending the money on the game, which I like the game. I really love this game. If I didn't like this game, trust me, I'm so back and forth on games. I would have swapped a long time ago. Like, I would have stopped playing this game already. But I don't know. Just make sure you're not overspending if you're going to, and if you're free to play and you're like, hey, like maybe I do want to spend some money on the game, just honestly look at it and make sure you're spending your money wisely, because there are packs in this game that are definitely not worth buying. and then there are stuff that are actually decent value compared. Like definitely, like if there's some sort of sale going on or something like that, you're gonna get your best value out of a lot of these like sort of like bundles and stuff like that. Because if you look at it, these bundles, like although they're like some of them are pretty expensive, like the $40 one, like $40 is kind of a lot of money. Like I don't know, for me, like $40 is like, wow, like I could either buy this or I could buy like a game on Steam and play it on my computer. But like if you look at the same sort of stuff that you're getting out of a lot of these bundles, like in the regular shop, like oh my god, like I wouldn't want to be the guy spending $80 just to get 500 anvils, whereas most of the time they have like bundles where I think they give you like a decent amount of anvils. I don't know, maybe, yeah, here's a $23 bundle and you get 1,000 anvils. So I mean, you can spend your money smart in the game, and you know, you can still end up getting a decent amount of stuff out of it. Just, you know, be cautious on what you're buying and etc. But I would say, to answer the question in the title of the video, should you spend money on 7 Deadly Sins? You know, it's all up to you. It's all up to you as a player. I would say most likely, no. Like unless you're just somebody who really wants like a character or, you know, this or that, which there are like really hype banners and stuff like that come around every once in a while. Like I would have loved to have went so much more gems in on Assault Mode Meliodas, because I like Assault Mode Meliodas. He's my favorite character. I would have loved to have went harder and tried to get him 6/6, which I am so like bad about that sort of stuff. Like I don't care, like if I get one copy of the character, that's all I need. Honestly, you can't play a character if you don't have them. I'm not worried about them having the hardest hitting ult you've ever seen. But Meliodas was one of those characters where I was like he's my favorite. I ended up buying all of his costumes when he came out because I was like, I want to have the most fun that I can have with him, and winning in PvP is fun. Like you can't really deny that. So I wanted to be at as much of an advantage as I could have without going insane on his banner, because honestly, like pulling the extra dupes is just all luck. So that's pretty much it. That's all I really have for you. I just wanted to make this and sort of go over it as a topic. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, the prices are steep. Like all mobile game prices are pretty steep. I see, like, for an example, KSI as a YouTuber, he really likes Dragon Ball, and I know that when I was playing Dragon Ball Legends, a lot of people were talking about the fact that he used to play that game, and because he's like a huge YouTuber who has a ton of disposable income, he was like wailing out on that game, and people would go against him in PvP and post on the subreddit, and they'd be like, oh my god, I went against, you know, KSI on, you know, Dragon Ball Legends, and he had completely maxed out units and just, you know, absolutely just kicked my ass. Like that, you know, that's cool. I'm sure if you're spending a lot of money on the game and you see good results out of it, I'm sure it's nice. But for regular people who don't have a lot of like income to be wasting on a mobile game, you know, this game will die eventually. Like, there's no denying that. The game will eventually, they're going to announce at some point, whether it be, you know, way off in the future, or if they keep making crappy decisions, it could be sooner than that. The game will end up shutting down at some point, and all of the things that you know, all of the money that you spent and all of the time that you spent and all of that will, it maybe not have been for wasted or anything like that, but it definitely won't go anywhere. Like, you just have to determine for yourself if it was worth spending that sort of money and time on the game. And as long as you had fun doing it, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys, you know, free to play? Are you having a fun time playing the game? Do you spend a little money here and there? I'd love to hear from you. So leave it down in the comments if you want to. But that's basically all I got for you. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm kind of just, you know, making small content here and there up until the release of the Merlin banner, because honestly, there's not a whole lot going on in the game at the moment. So yeah, feel free to subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you then.